Alright, so I just spent about 5 minutes talking into the microphone and didn't get the screen recorded. So the software that I'm using for this only allows me about 5 minutes, and I think this will be broken into like two different sections. But I just wanted to give you a run through of what to expect from WordPress, because it'll probably save you many, many hours of frustration. So when you log in to up here, WP-admin, you put in your basic information that I gave you. It'll take you to this page. This is called the dashboard. The dashboard is just the back-end management system for the website. On the top here, you've got this spot that says My Blog. Probably in the second video here, I'll show you how to change that to say whatever it is you want it to say. And then it just gives you these other quick things up here. This one is how many updates are available. This is how many comments there are, and then this is a quick way to add new things. Now, you'll also notice when I go to this blog here, and now also you've got this Australian flag. I'll show you how that got there. But then this bar stays on top the entire time you're logged in. Once you log out, it disappears. So keep that in mind. So I'll just kind of run through the basic tools here. Starting up here at the top, we've got our home, and then we've got updates. I'm going to update that so you don't have to worry about it, though it may come at some point later. And that means any plugins or themes have new updates that are made available for them. You also have the post section. WordPress breaks things down into pages and posts. Posts are essentially like blog posts. So it's content that is ever growing and ever evolving. There are also other tools and other themes that use posts for doing different things. This one is the theme that we have here is actually one of them. So I'll go to add a new post here, and we're just going to call this test 1. That is the actual title of the post, and you'll also notice that after I click in there, you get this what's called a permalink down here. If you want, you can actually go and you can edit that, and I can make it say just test and not test 1. But that's just the link in the URL up in the bar. What you're seeing here is this is called the WYSIWYG. It's what you see is what you get. So it's very, very similar to like Microsoft Office or Word. When you just start typing, you've got bold, italic, strike through. You can set your bullets. These are unnumbered, which means they're just a bullet list, and then you have, unordered versus ordered, and then an ordered list is a 1, 2, 3, and then you've got the ability to place something in quotes, so it actually has special styling that's specific from the theme, essentially. Then your left justification, center, right, a place for links, so we're just going to say test link here just to show you, and by highlighting that, these things now become available. This is create a link or insert, and then this is break the link. So let's just say that this page here on Elegant Themes I wanted to link to. I can just copy that content there, and then go into the post section and then hit this button, paste in what I want there. There's the URL. That takes me where I want to go. You also have the ability to check this box, which means it will open it in a new window or a new tab, so that the page that they're on, they don't navigate away from. They just get another page on top of it. It's a good way to keep people on your website when you are trying to show them something outside of your website. You can also put a title in here, though 99% of the time I don't. But then I hit add link. You'll notice that now it becomes highlighted. And there is a blue versus a kind of a darker color link here. That just means that it's a site that's been visited before. So because my browser sees that I've got that page open, it says, you've been there before. Otherwise it would be blue until I clicked on it. Then you also have, this is a more tag, meaning you can kind of truncate your text. So if you had something really long, you can insert that more tag and then it would open it up. You've got this button here. It shows you some different options. And then these few things over here are specific to Elegant Themes. You've got these learn more blocks, which is the same concept of what I was just showing. It's kind of an accordion So there's no content. Somebody clicks on it, then it opens up within the page itself. So the caption would be your first little bit of information. The state, is it closed or opened by default? And then you put your actual content right in here. Then of course you'd hit OK, and you'd get that entered into your page, or into your post in this manner here. You've also got these boxes. These are just different style of boxes that have been created, so for doing different things. You know, you've kind of got warning and download and bio information and whatnot. The best thing to do with it is just try it out. That's how I learned how to do all of that stuff. This is a button, so if you actually wanted to create and make a specific button on your page, these are of course pre-formatted as well, small, big, or icon size, and then of these different colors. What link, where is that button taking somebody when they click on it, and then what does the text of the button say itself. And then it asks you again, do you want it in a new window, yes or no. These are tabs, so you have tabs, either top tabs on the left, you get this simple or this images style. Once again, just try it out, see what happens. And so you can have individual tabs on one page, so it's a great way of smushing a lot of content on one page. And then they also have this add author bio, so it's just pre-formatting again if you wanted to do that. Then of course down here you've got, if I highlight this, it shows I've got paragraph, which is the basic style text right now. You also have these, what's called the H1, H2, H3, 4, 5, and 6. Those are, once again, are pre-formatted based upon the theme itself. When I click it in here, it doesn't do anything other than make the text bigger. But there are pre-formatted H1s, H2s, blah, 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 from the actual website itself. Like this particular piece here is an H1. So this is what an H1 formatting looks like. It's always important because when Google trolls your website, they are looking for H1s, H2s, and H3s. They designate the importance of information on that page. So if this post or this page was all about handbags, then you probably want to put the word handbags in an H1 somewhere. That tells Google that that pages or that post is all about handbags. Then you've got underline function, align full, which I don't really know what that means. Select the color text, and then you can also paste from Word. A lot of times Word will actually give you a lot of gobbledygook if you try to paste it in normally. This is a way of stripping out a lot of that stuff that you don't really see. Then if I highlight this, I hit this button, it should, but it didn't work, so never mind. It's an erase or remove formatting button. And then you've got your indent to the right or back to the left. And then of course an undo. There are lots of other things and buttons you can add into here if you want. They're just added via plugins. Then if you ever catch yourself looking at this side, this is the code that is generated as you format what you're doing. So you see we've got an H1. This is the beginning tag, so this is an H1, and then we have this href, which means that is a link to something. This is the link itself. This is where it's pointing. Then that closes out, and then it says here's our text, and then you get this close tag. So that you get that /, and then whatever that, if the / indicates it's a close of a tag. So we started here with an open A, and then we closed it with an A. And then outside of that, we closed it with an H1 as well. Only if you're going to do this more professionally down the road, you need to know that. But if you ever do find yourself looking at all this stuff that looks very confusing, it's just because you're looking at text instead of visual. So as long as you go back to visual, you'll be back to where you need to go. Now, because this is a post and not necessarily a page, there are categories that are affiliated with it. So this post was talking all about handbags. So we could hit add a new category. I'm going to call it handbags. And of course, my screen jumped around. I say handbags, I add the category, and now this post is linked with handbags. Then I can hit publish, and or I can hit the preview button. The preview is going to open up a little preview. It says here's what it's going to look like on the page. So this gives you the basic idea of what it's going to actually look like. So I could hit publish, it would go live. Then you also have the tags information. I don't know exactly how to deal with that, but one thing that you'll deal with is that this theme has sliders and other things that are affiliated with it. And you can come in here and you can actually set a featured image. So I typically will create a category called slider, and then I put in slider 1 as my title, and then you come in here and you hit set a featured image. This will allow me to open up and grab images. Otherwise, I can hit the media library and it shows me everything that I've put in there. So I've now set this as a featured image for this particular post. Once I hit publish, it goes live. Then it's out there. Though I don't think we've got anything. Well, we'll try. Here we go. We've got our handbags category. And now we have our featured image of this wonderful, beautiful flag that I put in there. And then this thing that says test link. This is the actual content here. And if I were to click read more, it takes me to its own page of where that thing is actually hosted. So those are for posts. If I hit all posts over here on the left, I can go in and I can see, they've got these 2 posts. I can do a quick edit, which means I can change the title, or I can change the slug, which means it's / test, the actual location, the date and time at which it's posted. You can also future date these, so they'll actually automatically post tomorrow or once a week if you did that, if you're doing some specials or something like that. You can password protect that individual page or that post, and I can just type in the actual password, and it requires somebody to enter that in order to view the page. Or I can hit private, which basically means it lives here on your site, but nobody can view it. Then we can also, if it's published right now, I could actually hit pending review or draft, and then that actually takes it off of the public view, and then you can see it from this side. You can come in and edit it and say, hey, it's something we're going to post next week, but we want to start creating it now. So you just do a pending review or a draft, and it actually makes it unlive. And then of course you don't have to hit this update button in order to make any of the changes live. I'm going to hit cancel there. So that's a basic understanding of posts. Then we have a media library here. I don't use this entrance to this that often, but any items that I add into the library, and WordPress calls a media any type of file that you add. So that means pictures, videos, documents, PDFs, Word docs, PowerPoint presentations, blah, 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 any of that kind of stuff. WordPress calls media, and they'll actually keep it here in the library itself. Then if we go to the pages function, it's very, very similar in layout to the posts function. Once again, I can hit add new. I put in my information here at the top. I add my content here at the bottom. I have the same ways of manipulating and editing it. I'm going to actually try to insert a photo. That's the only photo I've got in there. And there we go. So I just hit add media, takes me to the media library. I click on that. This gives me all the details. It tells me the size of the image, the file name, when it was updated. And then also I get these other options down here. So alignment, there's a none, a left, center, right, etc. I usually will leave it as none. And then you also have this full size, and because the image is not even big enough to be called a small image, it doesn't give me these other options. But I can click on that. I can open up that little settings button there and then give me further control over this image. Right now it's none, and you can see that there's nothing there, but if I hit left, then it takes and wraps everything around the right hand side. If I hit center, it does that, and if I hit right, it does the other. You also have this link URL that is generated. It's kind of done by default, and I actually really, really hate that. So I typically hit that none button, and then it's a dead link, meaning nobody can click on it, because all it does is just opens it up in a different page. And it kind of does it automatically for all images. So make sure you go and you get rid of that. Then you also have these advanced settings.